Well, good afternoon. We're going to do our spring gathering 2020 virtual. I heard a lot of tension in the air about this coronavirus and respecting all of our safety. I'm just going to do a quick video, go through the slideshow. I'm going to send this slideshow through the email and this video so you can follow along as I go through how we're going to go throughout the spring, different policies and procedures, and introduce some faces. Like we have a lot of new staff members, so like, whoop whoop. Let's get started. We're growing. So here we go. Next slide. Who's in the room? Well, you don't know because you're probably by yourself or with your pets or a child or childless or people. But if we're all in the room, I just want you to take a moment and think about all the people before you that's created some form of a foundation. Just take a moment, 5 seconds. Think about all the people, all their work and effort to create some foundation. At Bike, we have many, many supporters that have helped create this foundation of the Bike Collective, and we just need to honor that space and respect it and build off of it. Okay? Now I want you to think about all the new faces that we're going to encounter this year, new energy and sensation that we've met during the winter and last fall via email. Think about all the wisdom and energy and funness that we're going to bring to the table this year, 2020. Okay, next slide. So generally our mission. So our mission is pretty straightforward. There's a lot of jargon in there. Feel free to read that. But those of us that have been with Bike since the beginning or for a few months or a few weeks, you fully understand that we do not just focus on bikes. We do so much more. Okay? So next slide. This is more of a reflective question for you. What do you think we do and what do you think we do best? I have my own personal bias about what do we do and what do we do best. We do a lot, in some cases too much, but what do we do best is that we always, for me, I feel that we always figure out a way to support our youth members, no matter how unique their situation is and how challenging that might be. And we find a way to work together in a more holistic way to support that youth member. But if you have something else, I would love to know what you think we do best. Next slide. So we are here to provide a brave space for our youth members. You might have seen our Instagram right now blowing up with all this information about the virus and how to, take care of yourself and your family, food drop-offs, food gatherings, food banks, these resources. We're all running around trying to get resources to make packages and send them out to the community. At the same time, we're repairing bikes. That's just what we do, and that's what we do best. So in this slide, you'll see different ways that we try to cultivate a community and provide those resources to our youth members on a consistent manner. Next slide. So from last year, we had awesome results, and you should know about it. We launched our first Golden Fleet internship. We started off with 4, and now we have 2. One really needed to focus on school, and the other one got accepted into college. So congratulations to both of them. Super stoked. Last summer, we started a new summer enrichment program, very campy, collaboration with 2 other organizations. So Give and Grow Basketball, 3 other organizations, Give and Grow Basketball, Mission Fit, and Corner Team Boxing. We will be doing Rise Up, Right Out during this summer. Really cool stuff. Then we have Girl Shop Retention. Attendance up, retention up. Everything's great. Providing vegetarian lunches, and then we raise a whole bunch of money. Awesome. So, this is Bike Life, and we need to stick to these results and do more every day. And I know that sounds a little woo every day. Every day. Think about how can we make this organization a little bit better, a little bit smoother. So every day, and that's mostly my job, but we're a collective. Okay? So things that you need to know, these are just some questions that I know you need to know that are new. Okay? Instrop, infrastructure. So the schedule, things are changing just a little bit, and for most of you, it doesn't impact you that much. Mondays will now be girl shop. It is what it is. Mondays, girl shop. Tuesday, Thursday, open shop. Trail riding on Wednesdays. And always from 3 to 6. Next slide. Attendance is always located by the door. Youth members need to write their name, and there's like a little, row at the top that has the different dates. You would just need to write your name and then check under which date you came in. We're going to start tracking whether the person is earning credit as opposed to, credit as opposed to just hanging out. If they're earning credit that day, they need to write the letter E. So that'd be someone's job, halfway through, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, going around asking members, are you earning credit today? And if they are, just write a little E or have them write a little E. Okay. Master mechanic levels. Each youth member, if they're earning credit, they can also contribute, they can also earn credit if they want to master bike mechanic levels. So each level is broken down by different skills. After you master that set of skills in level 1, then you'll be able to go to level 2. Our Golden Fleet and other peer mentors will be facilitating that. So they'll be teaching these different skills, and then on this one particular day, if you want to level up, you have to show that you've mastered the skills in that set bracket. But that's a really cool thing. Okay? How to respond to behavior that opposes our values. Now, this is a big one, only so we can all be on the same page. 1, when you're met with conflict, you have to be neutral and determine the root of the issue, an unculturally biased root of the issue. Sometimes the kid is just hungry. That's it. They're just hangry. They're acting the way they are. So give them a snack. But always encourage another staff member to join you, especially someone that is senior to you, because they might be more experienced about that person's general response to certain behaviors. Really important that you alert someone else just so that you're involved. Also, try to encourage other youth members. Depending on the situation, they might be helpful or they might escalate. So that's definitely a case by case. We never expel anyone from the program. We think it's important that you need to learn from your mistakes and come back and build a relationship. It's all about rebuilding relationship. None of us are perfect, and we have to create that space to apologize and take ownership. Therefore, if they have to be temporarily removed from the space, there is a form that we need to fill out. And when we all meet again, I'll share the form with you. It's super easy, but it's generally a contract of accountability. All right, next slide. More stuff to explain about behavior. Next slide. Moving forward. I've been asking a lot of our volunteers to take more complex roles to support bike. And this is what we need to be: a strong, awesome nonprofit organization that does everything that any kid, Baltimore City youth resident would want. All right. So here we go. We got our Golden Fleet. Next slide. We have Malachi, Montez, and Eric, and that's just my joyous self down there. 2 cups of coffee in. Should never do it. These are our Golden Fleet intern. They're awesome. Love them. All right. We have our social chair, Rachel and Amal. We have no photos of you guys. We need to get those photos in. But they'll be hosting our bike events for like staff members or fundraising events and maybe a youth bike ride. Who knows? All right. We have our staff mechanics. So we have Lee, Matan, Isaac, Rochelle, come back, Rachel, and Alan is going to be new to the team, and we have a few other people that are coming in. We would love to welcome as many mechanics. If you know any other bike mechanics in the area, especially if they're women, trans, femme, bring them on. All right. Our researchers, making sure we're doing the right thing. Isaac and Matan. And next slide, our data collector. Thank you, Alan. You'll be all about the Excel spreadsheet. I got you. There's a lot. And that's the conclusion of this mini meeting. I wish that all meetings were less than 10 minutes. If you have any questions, any concerns, so many things to think about, feel free to contact us. We can keep it moving with emailing and text messages. Expect emails about next week. We do plan on opening next week, but we're going to be going off-site. We can't be within the site, especially with school out. We can't handle a crowd that's bigger than 10, given the state mandate. But also our space can't handle more than 25. So why have it in our space? Let's go out to the communities. We'll probably just do pop-up shops throughout Baltimore City and call it a day. Until further update, much love. Thank you so much for y'all's support.